Hello, this is Larry Ricker at larryricker.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to fix a Montel Williams Living Well with Montel Williams Healthmaster Elite. Now, if you like this video, click on the like button below. You can also subscribe to my channel and check out my apps in the Apple App Store. They include Project Organizer, Project Organizer Pro, Job Hunt Pro, Student Organizer Pro, Class Organizer, and Class Organizer Pro. Those apps help you to organize your thoughts about your projects, keep track of your notes, and it allows them to be quickly searchable so that they're right there on your device and you can quickly locate them when you're in a meeting or somebody asks you on the spot about one of your projects. This unit, I've had it for quite a few years. I guess it was about $300. And at one point I was mixing up one of my shakes and forgot to leave the spoon. I left the spoon inside the container, and when I turned it on, it snapped and it just started spinning, and nothing happened from that point on. It would just spin, but it wasn't turning it inside the container any longer. So it sat in the basement for maybe a year or so, but I decided to get back to it and try to fix this item. So if you're going to fix one of these, first thing you need to do is flip it over, and underneath there's a series of grommets, and the grommets I have here, but these rubber grommets are in the base, and they form the basis that the device stands on. So you just kind of pry at those and pop them out, and then underneath those, each one of these four grommets will have a screw, and you just screw that out counterclockwise and pull those screws out. After you do that, then the item will fall apart. You can turn it back over and lift it, and then it'll fall into two pieces and the bottom will fall out. Now, the key here is you need to get it loose a little bit and get your hand in here, and if you can see right here, there's a wheel that spins, and that wheel is directly attached to this wheel here is directly attached to the piece that's fit on the top here, right in here. There's a little screw in the center of that. So you unscrew it, and so this is Living Well with Montel Williams, and this device has a wheel on the top of the device, and it stopped spinning one day because I dropped the spoon into the container, and it got caught between that and the little ribs on the container, and then just immediately snapped. And I knew something like a shear pin or something had broken, but it wasn't until a year later when I decided to take it apart, I found out what the problem was, and that is the bottom of this wheel was stripped. So in order to take that wheel off, okay, after you have the device apart, what you need to do is take the wheel inside, hold that with one hand, and then with the other hand, stick the screwdriver into the center of the wheel on top of the device, and then turn that counterclockwise where you're holding the wheel still, and that'll loosen it, and then it'll come out, and then the wheel in the center, the gear, will come out of the device. Now what you can do is locate this part online and place an order, and I looked at a few different places before settling on one, and I got it from John Hoffman in Pasadena, California, and it arrived in about 3 or 4 days. Cost me about $12, but originally I was going to buy it for a little cheaper, but for $20 shipping, and John Hoffman had free shipping, and it arrived neatly packaged based on eBay, and I'll provide that link in the bottom below. So it's called a drive socket replacement kit for a Vitamix blender. Replaces OEM part number 802 and 891, manufactured by Quadrupoint. So to install this, all you have to do is reverse the operation, and got to open up the container it came in, which might be the most challenging part of this. Okay, it's actually Ziploc, and it comes with a drive socket. This one has, okay, no hole in the base in which to screw it through, so I'm going to have to puncture a hole through it. I'm not sure if all of them don't have a hole in the center, but I'm going to go drill this out and then restart. Okay, now I'm in the basement, and first thing, before you start drilling, you're going to have to put some eye protection on. So I've got glasses and a safety shield. So next step would be to locate a drill bit. Now this is the screw that I'm going to be putting in there, and I want to take a drill bit and find one that is just a little bit larger than that, and this one might do okay, but you can go through and check out some other bits and compare them in size and see if they're about the right size approximately. Once you have what you think is a good fit, make sure you don't lose your screw, and then you can take the chalk out of your existing bit in, secure your bit, and put your wheel. Just go right in the center of it. You want to make sure you're right on center. There's a mark there on the center piece, so you want to hit it straight on. Make sure you're in the center. It's not really a good dimple, so you can use a tool such as this to bore a little dimple in the center to position your, that's just a round boring bit for sort of setting a spot. Another way to set your spot would be to, but okay, this is a hole punch, and that can be used to do a set hole right in the middle. So you just kind of fit it in there, find the center spot, position it in there, put it on a flat surface, make sure it's precisely in the center. Seems like it's easier to visualize here. Just give it a good push. Oh, yeah, might not have to drill after that. And that might be all you need to do actually to get a hole in there. And now I'm ready to set the, go back to putting the thing together. Okay, now that you have a hole punched in the base of your center of your gear, what you can do is resecure that into the top of the Montel Williams. So you want to take your screw, the tiny screw you took out of there, fit that through the center. It's a screw, so you can balance it on top of a Phillips screwdriver, and then fit it through the hole. And then press on it a little, or a lot. And the hole may need to be widened to get it to seat properly. And I think that will be the case. We do get this jammed in kind of sideways. It's going to need a flat-headed screwdriver to pop it back out. So I'll do that. Okay, you could use a flat-headed screwdriver, a hammer. You could use that to pry up on the wheel. I happen to have a small pry bar, so I'm going to use that to gently persuade it to come back out. Okay. this back out. Now I'm going to, I think the screw might be slightly off center, so I'm going to go down and re-drill that, make the hole a little larger so it can be on center. Okay, third time's a charm, so let's take the wheel with the new hole, much larger, put it over the square area. See a small piece of plastic has fallen in the way. I want to clear that out of the way. Then we'll just find a square, make sure it's seated properly, and then make sure it's seated square, and then just press down on it. And now it appears to be resting flush and level on the surface. Take your screwdriver, put it into the Phillips screw, and kind of balance it on the tip, and then we can work it into the hole. There's a number of different techniques for doing this. This is the Larry technique, but it's probably safer ideas or more effective. Right in the center, and it's in the wheel. So then I can place it on here, and now it's already centered. It'll of course pop up when I push down, and then I can screw it in to the center as it's being held. I don't likely need to hold the base any longer because now it's inside of a square peg in a square hole, holding it from spinning, so that will keep it from moving about. But don't strip it. Stripping screws never does anybody any good. Okay, it's snug. Next step will be to turn it over, and I've got several screws I pulled out of the base here. And you put each one of these 4 screws, and make sure that there's 4, into each of the 4 holes in the base. So turn it over, or sideways, or whatever works for you. Again, you're going to drop each screw and hit the center spot in this hole, which is about You may find that a pair of needle nose pliers can assist you in getting the screws in the center of the holes. You could hold the screw like that and drop it in. Makes it quite easy to get in the hole. And then it doesn't require as much magic. And just tighten that down. If you drop a screw, it's easy to pick out with the needle nose pliers. And kind of pin it in a manner like this, and just drop it right in the hole. Just repeat this 4 times, of course, and then after you have all 4 screws in place, then take the rubber grommet that forms the base for the leg and just fit that in over the hole. Press it in place, and you're ready to go. As soon as I get these 4 screws in place, we're ready to test this out. The part does also come with instructions if you want to try to read those. And you just plug these plugs back in. I think we're ready for a smoke test. And for the smoke test, I filled the Montel Williams Health Master with some ice and some water. And then it has several features, crushing ice, on and off. That turns it on. Has speeds up and down. You can go with the base speed. Then you can do a pulse. And then we could do ice. You can adjust the speed, and you can go from 1 to 8, and then you could just press the pulse button to operate it. You can slow down, or it can do like run, or it can run at a higher speed. I think it's ready and operational again. And I think that'll conclude this video. Thank you for watching. Remember to like the video below. You can subscribe to my channel and check out my apps in the Apple App Store. Project Organizer, Job Hunt Pro, Project Organizer Pro, Class Organizer Pro, and Student Organizer Pro, as well as Opportunity Organizer and Opportunity Organizer Pro.